If you want to take the challenge of a double kettlebell high pull or single kettlebell high pull and challenge it a little bit more with some coordination, having to get tighter and having to push harder through the floor, we got you covered. What's up, everybody? I'm Kevin with Functional Fitness VA, and today we're doing the alternating dead kettlebell high pull. I think that's how we're supposed to say it. Regardless, we're going to start with a good old hinge. Regular double kettlebell deadlift, you could do a single kettlebell deadlift. Regardless, you want to make a good hinge into the hips, get tight, push to the floor until you're standing and planking at the top. Now we need to change it a little bit. For this dead high pull situation, we're going to have to get in front of that kettlebell a little bit. That means the handle, instead of being in between your ankles, is just behind your heel. Now, this is going to put you in a position where you have to, I think you have to, or you can, get much tighter than you do in a regular deadlift. I know, hard to believe, but you can compress much harder at the bottom because of that setup, and you need to do it. So I'm hinged in front of the kettlebells, I get super tight, and then we start just doing an alternating deadlift to build that coordination. It gets a little poppy, so the kettlebells start to look like they're doing like a dead swing situation, because again, I want to work on my coordination when the stakes aren't that high. But now we got to make the stakes higher. So once you've got your coordination down with the deadlift, or the deadlift that has a little pop to it, you can get right into it, assuming you've done high pulls before. But start with it set up behind me, get super tight with the grip, push the floor away, stand and plank at the top as I guide that kettlebell back and up just slightly. At the bottom, switch hands and only hands. Right? Again, we're going to cover the explosiveness here. Because you're super tight, now I'm going forward a little bit, but you don't have to push forward. What you should feel is that you're coiled and you're ready to just explode off the ground, which means you're going to make those kettlebells explode. So I get tight, I grip, push through the floor, stand up, plank, boom, explodes through the air. Nice slow motion there, right? Same deal on the other side, alternating. And again, when we switch here a little bit, you can see that I just switch my hands. Now that we've got the explosiveness down at the bottom of the position here, you don't twist your body, you don't turn, you don't shift even. If the kettlebells get a lot heavier, you might shift a little bit, but you're so tight, you probably don't need to. So I'm getting tight at the bottom, pushing through the floor, getting to the top, and then I absorb coming down and absorbing through the whole body. I start to decelerate it just at the bottom with my arm, barely, as my arm gets to my hips, and then most of the deceleration is done with my hips. I'm landing from a jump, but now the kettlebell's landing from a jump, and I got to absorb through my legs. So here's some lighter ones, smaller kettlebells. They fly really well, but again, I get tight at the bottom, coiled up, ready to explode, push through the floor till I'm planking at the top. Going up to some 16 kilos here again, flying really well, but nothing changes. It's that same hinge at the bottom, plank at the top. Just got a little coordination element with grabbing one, then the other. So that's the alternating dead high pull. Give it a try to challenge your coordination a little bit and still work on that total body explosiveness.